This is Arizona. No, Maricopa County is Arizona. Everything else is either Tucson, mountains, the Grand Canyon, or empty highways headed anywhere else. When your typical ASU graduation ceremony has more people than some Arizona counties, it creates this relentless, sprawling, almost inescapable reality that is Maricopa. That isn't to play down Arizona the state. No, it's the 6th largest US state in geographic landmass, something that sounds especially staggering until you remember there's a Wyoming. But for all its massive acreage, Arizona's economy and population are far more middle of the road, ranking 16th for GDP and 14th in residential population. While the numbers for Maricopa County are staggering, as this one Arizona county has a higher population and GDP than 21 official US states. 2 out of every 3 Arizonans live in Maricopa, while the county makes up a ridiculous 73% of statewide GDP, meaning that while Arizona is all of this, all the action, dollars, influence, and people are crammed here into this single, sprawling desert metropolis. In fact, more people attend an ASU college football game than several Arizona counties can count in total population. This isn't just another story about Phoenix, it's the reality of an entire county that's outgrown its state and itself. Mesa, Chandler, Glendale, and Scottsdale are significant economic and population centers, with major sports teams, a flurry of business interests, and unique skylines. While Maricopa County just keeps growing, adding about 50,000 new residents every year. But all that growth isn't easy, as the county is suffering under the weight of its own success. With significant housing scarcity, rising inequality, and the constant buzz of never-ending construction,
Maricopa County is one of the most unaffordable spots to buy a house.
Annual growth is still near 30%, while wage growth is nowhere near that. Well under 10%. Wages are simply just not keeping up.
At this point, Google Maps can't even keep up, as Maricopa makes up 80% of Arizona's population growth while holding just 8% of its lands. Maricopa isn't a tropical resort, it's just that the business climate of this landlocked desert tract is so business-friendly that it's become a paradise for corporations. Intel's Chandler campus brings 12,000 high-tech jobs. Banner Health, headquartered in Phoenix, has a payroll covering 50,000 Arizonans. onsemi, headquartered in Scottsdale, has 36,000 countywide employees, and Amcor Technology, based out of Tempe, has a manufacturing footprint that creates nearly 30,000 jobs all across the county. It's not just those titans either. American Express, Honeywell, PayPal, GoDaddy, and Wells Fargo all have massive operational footprints stamped firmly within Maricopa's borders. It isn't some kind of magic or an economic miracle. Building out a successful county in the desert lands of southwestern Arizona is something that only happens on purpose. These major businesses didn't just happen upon Maricopa. The county and its constellation of glowing cities did the work to bring them in, recruiting them with incentive offers and investing in business-centered infrastructure developments. But having the state's capital in Maricopa's front lawn also helped build a regulatory environment that's particularly enticing to the kind of technology companies that once put Northern California on the map. While Arizona State University has been reconfigured to support the kind of labor pipeline that modern Silicon businesses can't operate without, becoming a beacon for business-friendly innovation geared towards the needs of large-scale corporations. Because in the Sonoran Desert, if you don't bring them there, they aren't coming. Though something that gets less attention is what they bring with them. Maricopa's housing scarcity is reaching a point of desperation, with median home prices jumping more than 50% in 5 years, while incomes have only risen about 11%. You can see this in the county's crowded suburban sprawl, and with the rise of luxury communities like the Paradise Valley, often referred to as the Beverly Hills of Arizona, the growth of opportunity there is undeniable, but it's also largely inaccessible.
A lot of job growth, particularly in the tech sector. Honestly, we don't really have a great answer for what the future holds. We have seen prices going up. Last year, we saw prices skyrocketing. We heard anecdotes of 10, 12 offers on a house, or houses getting sold before they even go on the market.
But to me, that's the whole point here. Not that this county, that's several times larger than Rhode Island, has become massively prosperous, but that it's done so at the cost of rural Arizona and the working class that keeps it running. We see something similar in Hawaii, a state that's mostly a single island county, or with Delaware becoming Delaware Incorporated. If you would like to see a full video looking at these American anomalies, please let me know, and please add your examples in the comments section below. But for all the struggling counties that make up rural Arizona, both out of sight and out of mind, a world apart from the ostentatiousness of Maricopa, where capital resources flow and policy tends to favor proximity, I would argue that it's the working families that struggle the most from the downward pressure of all that growth and success. So while Maricopa has found a formula that really works and a boom period that stretches back 70 years, who does the formula really work for? Not middle-class communities, trapped between highly concentrated opportunities and out-of-step housing costs that swallow up nearly 2/3 of the county's median income, when the heat is oppressive, shade is a luxury, and utilities cost a fortune, while the demand for air conditioning and water only increases beyond what's currently sustainable. That's important because the kind of businesses moving to Maricopa are energy and especially water intensive, something that brings a new wave of concern with every new TMC or Intel semiconductor manufacturing project. While the city of Scottsdale has the 7th worst traffic in the United States, and Gilbert, Mesa, Chandler, and Phoenix rank 25th, 26th, 39th, and 48th worst respectively, making the orange traffic cones that litter Maricopa's roadways a persistent reminder that just catching up is about impossible.